Yeah, I see it too. Yeah. Send me to hell before y'all niggas can tell. Yeah, it's not here. Niggas can tell. Yeah, I shoot a nigga if you tell. Yeah, don't tell. No, don't tell. Yeah, I see it too. Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Subs Like Dubs Like, a comprehensive anime podcast. It is your host, none other than Jay Justice, aka Versace Vegeta, and I am here with our other host, my dog D. How you doing, bro?
What's going on, brother Jay? What's going on, people? We are back at it again, here to bring you that fire.
That's exactly right, man. We keeping the heat going strong. As last week, this hand of ours was burning red with a furious fucking anger. Mine from having to come to terms with things that I enjoyed the past 20 years, and D with having to just bury the hatchet on things that he's known for very long.
Yeah. That thing is still, I don't even know what we're talking about. Well, whatever we did last time we did. So, yeah.
In all seriousness, I did enjoy the G Gundam episode quite a bit. I really enjoy when we have differing opinions on something, because we have what's called common sense, right? Just because we don't see something the same way doesn't mean it's like, how could you not? It's more of like, yo, like, we just got different tastes.
Yeah, like, we're not gonna have a war on here. Especially now it's about some anime. Like, let's be serious, man. There's other pressing issues, more important things in life than going back and forth.
And in
that
all
serious
actuality, like, the things that we disagree on, like, I can completely see where you're coming from pretty much all the time. Like, it makes sense to me, right? So it's not even like, oh, we just disagree. It's like, no, like, you know what? Like, I just didn't see it that way.
Yeah.
You know, which just makes for some of the best conversations here on the show, which is why I really like that episode.
Yeah, absolutely. I love talking about the generational Gundam in a nice positive way when I get the chance. So that was cool to talk very nice about that series. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Might not ever talk about it again, but it was fun to talk about it.
It was a rare moment to catch on wax, and I'm glad to have been a part of it, man. But
yeah, that was history.
In the week following since the episodes dropped, man, how have you been, bro? What have you been up to?
I've been good, man. Just catching up on just relaxing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Need a damn break. You know what I'm saying? You feel yourself being tired and burnt out almost. So it's
Hell yeah.
That this week I was just boom. Let's relax.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how it's called. But anyways, let's relax. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know sometimes the world won't let us, right?
To be calling me at any hours like this, you have to have an emergency. I'm sorry, but yeah, just focusing on relaxing, being with the fam. You know what I'm saying? It was Father's Day, so I had to hang out with the pops.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do some fishing. I was out there.
Oh man, incredible, bro.
Yeah, man. Big time fisher. That's my favorite pastime. Ain't even gonna lie. To be honest.
What were y'all fishing for? Like, any specific?
No, nothing specific. We just wanted to be out for some water.
Yeah.
You know, but July is when we really gonna be bass hunting. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Me and him be having our little contest, see who can snag the most. He be beating my ass, but I won last year. So,
shit!
Yeah, I caught me 25. He caught 24.
Damn.
Yeah, we be out. Yeah, we be out there. Like this has been a hobby of mine since I was like 5.
Yeah.
You know? So that's a long ass time.
That's dope,
30
man.
years of fishing. But yeah, that's tough.
That's
but, yeah. Yeah,
I know
it's my
my
favorite
pops
song.
and I, we would go fishing as well a lot.
Oh,
When,
yeah, no,
when I
it's
was
so
younger.
peaceful. No,
So I
it's
completely agree.
peaceful. It's peaceful, fun. Could crack jokes. Like you just, it's just everything. I advise everybody to try it just once. If not, just be out there, watch folks. Like you can really, you get a better understanding of like why a lot of people like to be out there.
I
So,
completely agree. What did y'all catch yesterday?
oh, we just caught some porgy and some shit. Like we wasn't really like, and we weren't even really like paying attention. Like
Just for
anything.
vibes.
We was just there for vibes, you know what I'm saying? Like start off the season right, just be out there in water, just have that father to son to talk. Like we appreciate each other, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't about that. We were usually anytime we fish, we trying to be at each other's necks, trying to see who could be the best. But that time, that was like, I'm proud of you, you proud of me. All that kind of talk. So it's cool, man. It got me in good spirits.
That's perfect, dude. I'm really happy for you,
Got
dog.
me in good spirits.
You deserve that, bro.
Yeah, came back to the crib, you know what I'm saying? It was fun. It was my homegirl, my heart, Lacey. You listening to this? Love you. I'm glad you enjoyed your birthday. So it was just a great weekend for me. Everything was filled with love, and it just had my whole. Sometimes you just need good moments like that to make you just carry on that energy. Like all I've been about is just love and peace right now, especially. So if you see me, I'm acting brand new. It's for the best. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's perfect, bro.
It's for the best. I'm trying to be the best me. Be a shining ray of light. So
We focused on the positive over here. I completely get that, bro.
absolutely.
I know.
These jokes are gonna fly, but
It's
all positive.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
we keeping it positive, so the coping's gonna be through comedy.
Yeah,
Please,
exactly. Absolutely. We laugh over here. We clown around and laugh for the fun, for the love of the game.
That's right, man. I listen, no other way, for real. Like, I could not imagine myself not like living just like happy. You know what I mean? Like, just like, I go around with my default is to just be chilling. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
with a cool disposition. Don't get me wrong. We don't take the disrespect.
Nah, yeah. We don't. Yeah. We put a big pump the brakes on that.
Yeah.
But we come in peace at first. You know what I'm saying?
At all times. At all times.
Yeah. So watch your neck. We don't gotta be on no bad timing.
That's right. Look, we would much rather just never have to be that way. Niggas know they can go Super Saiyan, but they don't want to have to.
Oh yeah, I definitely saw it. I saw them talks. I saw the talks. I saw that. I ain't speak on it, but I saw the talks.
Oh man, you know what I mean? I was really
yeah, we not even focusing. I was ready.
I wasn't going to even speak on it either. I was real.
But I ain't take content for anybody playing. Anybody that I consider a brother of me, a part of my life. I don't like seeing people try to play them, so I was not a fan of that. But love is love. My boy handled it as best as better than I would have. I'm glad you did. It just showed me I got a lot to learn.
Yeah, I was just like, hey, yo, there's things I'm gonna stand on, and I'm gonna have to speak when I have to speak.
Yeah,
otherwise, if I don't have to, I won't.
We get knowledge.
Yeah, do the Googles.
Do the Googles. We a Google that, man. Shoot.
You know what I'm saying? Same thumbs you use to fix up something, the same thumbs you can use to find something out.
Yeah, man. You was outside. What was you doing? You was probably a Gerber, and that's no problem.
That's okay.
Just
be literally eating from Gerber. And
that's fun. Just you don't gotta show love. Just be respectful. Just be respectful. That's all I gotta say. Nothing too crazy. Just be respectful, dog.
That's all we ask.
Ain't like I'm trying to come at nobody's neck for no reason. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that
Never
over there.
that. Never that. At the same time, vibes are great over here.
Yeah, man.
I can't lie.
Yeah, man.
Spent Saturday night getting on the Gundam games. I had some.
Yes.
Man, OBS was just tripping on me
Right,
the whole
yeah,
time. Like, I had to like
shit.
connect like 2-3 times. Wound up in the middle of trying to get the chat box and other stuff to work. It wound up like downloading a whole different layout. I was just like, oh my god, no. Sources on the fly. It was a mess, but I had a great time nonetheless, bro. Love me some Gundam games. Love the Another Centuries episode.
Yes.
Mech crossover games from Software, man. And then I was playing that, and I was like, oh no, these boys, they been had the sliders up sometimes, man. I'm like, sometimes they had the sliders up. They did not care back then, but
yeah, man.
it was fun. It was fun. I've spent a little bit of time on my own. As I've mentioned before, I'm not opposed to using save editors, to get through games.
It's your game.
I gotta figure out how you're supposed to get past that white snake that first time. But I've gotten farther than I've ever gotten in Sekiro.
I'll hook you up. I'll let you know how to.
Yeah,
I'll let you know how to, because that's a raw. Just that moment alone is raw as hell.
yeah. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. On first arrival, you're like, oh, that's nice little heavy, and until it starts moving wild.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like, oh, am I supposed to like dodge and like attack it? No, don't try to fight it back. Don't fight it back.
Oh nah.
I was like, yo, my stats being all the way up don't matter right now.
That don't mean
flinging me off a mountain.
Yeah.
But I've decided, okay, all right. At least I kind of know what I'm doing now in this game. So
absolutely, that's all that matters. You get to enjoy the game, like that game. Like I tell everybody, that's a game. Find a way. I don't care if you gotta cheat on that bitch. I don't care if you gotta make it like, bro. To enjoy the story, for the scenery, like it's subtle storytelling.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Once season 4 is all said and done, streaming that joint.
Bro.
We streaming Sekiro, man.
Yeah, that's that's like, I don't know. It's so crazy how that, like, it might be all the S's, all those games that start with an S end up being like my favorites of all time. Sekiro, Shenmue, Sonic, Sekiro just slided up in my top 3. Yeah, it just slided in my top 3 so fast. I'm like, yo, it's never happened before. Never. But that game got it, bro. Especially just the multiple endings. That's a game you gotta spin back more than once.
Okay.
That's mainly all Souls games, but like that's a game you gotta spin multiple times. It's just a lot of decisions. Every decision that you make matters, which is what I love about Soul games. Like Sekiro,
diving into that one for sure, man.
Yeah,
like that just seems like a really fun game to spend time on.
Hell yeah! Plus you got swords. That's all that matters.
Bro,
I like me that, man. I like this.
After all, I was getting into like the pattern, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh no, like I'm figuring out the flow of this. I think I like this, man. Yeah. You know,
I'm a sucker for parrying, and that game got it. Right? And the fact that it got the cling, 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 I'm like, yeah. This, I don't know. This is some ASMR for me. Every time I go in that game, I'm like, I just get in the fight just for the sake of getting in the fight, just so I can hear that clink, clink, clink.
Bro, I'm needing Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah, I'm on
the same level. I need it.
Yeah, I'm on that. Son Goku, we back at it with swords, gang.
Bro, the moment I saw him pull out the Nyobo out of his ear, I was like, oh,
Son Goku. For real though.
on it, man.
For real though.
I expect the 72 transformations.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, a lot of people don't know, but they gonna know now.
yeah,
They
yeah.
gonna understand a lot now.
You gonna find out, especially when I'm playing that thing on the downstream. Y'all gonna find out. Y'all gonna learn.
Yeah, everything's gonna make sense to you the minute once people play that, John.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a really, really great time on that game, bro. Another game I decided to check out this weekend after I finished the rather short UA Sports Festival that we will be discussing this week on the podcast. I went ahead and started playing My Hero One's Justice 2.
Yes,
you can definitely expect me to run that on the stream on Wednesday. But man, I gotta say, like, y'all will be hearing this today. If you're listening today when it comes out, you'll expect me to stream it later today. But I'm gonna show y'all better than I can tell you. It's a really fun arena fighting game for like anime games.
Yeah,
like,
that's fun.
We know like that sort of like genre started to become passe with all of the Naruto clones and even some of the Naruto games not being that good. You know,
yeah.
Your Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clashes and stuff like that. You know,
what in the hell was that?
Oh,
that is buns.
After I like got a look at it, I was like, somebody took Gundam Extreme Versus and like took it to like 0.25 times speed.
Yeah, that is a piece of turd. That game, literally, that's one of the first games that I pirated and deleted it ASAP. Like, that's how disappointing it was. I'm sorry. I don't know what they were thinking about with that one.
I absolutely do not blame you, bro, because even from just looking at it, I was like, yo, this game would need a whole overhaul in order for me to want to play it. So I'm good on that. But.
Yeah, it gives me Eyes of Heaven vibes, but it's not even remotely closer.
Eyes of Heaven, at least,
got a dope ass story.
Yeah.
This don't. This is bare bones character select. Oh, this is just.
It's literally like a Excel spreadsheet with like selectable menus.
Yeah.
I was looking at video of it online with the Curse Clash, and when you go through the story mode, it's literally just showing you like these like images, still images.
Yeah, that's not how it work, bro. This is one of the most beloved series. I don't care how you feel about the show. I'm not too brazy about it like that, but it moves mountains. You know what I mean? So the least you could do is give it a proper game.
Yeah.
That's all I ask out of Bandai. Bandai just be don't caring at all. Period. If it's not Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball's had its fair share of bullshit. Don't get me twisted. The last decade before Xenoverse.
Oh yeah, literally all the way up until before Xenoverse.
Yeah,
it was about Battle of Z. Nobody talks about that no more.
Dog shit, Battle of shit, all of that. Ultimate Benkaichi. We don't play rock. If I wanted to play rock paper scissors, I would have just asked my man. It's like, yo, rock paper scissors. We not playing that. We not paying $60 for rock paper scissors. We don't do that, bro. They lied. They scammed.
They really did.
Don't call no Tenkaichi on that, bro. You lied.
What was the last one before that? Raging Blast 2.
That was valid.
I would say like the Raging Blast games. That was like a nice little mid-peak back towards the right direction, right?
And then they gave up on that bitch.
Yeah, and then they just gave up too deep.
They're like, all right, fuck it. Arena Fighters is not the wave no more.
It makes no sense. Which is funny because I guess that was a weird way of saying, nah, Naruto got it now. Like,
yeah, they're like, oh yeah, they don't want, like, you got Storm too, and I like Storm too, but it's not Tenkaichi.
Not by any means. I'm
War
sorry.
is raging by, so
I'm sorry.
let's get that up out there.
Yeah, not even close. Not even close.
Yeah.
But I say all of that to say, One Justice 2, man, like what? It's a standout. Another game that's really good that stands out. Kill If. Another one, but that was by like Arxis, so like the seal of quality was kind of already.
Yeah, you know that. Yeah, you know it's gonna be good.
But I'm really, really pleasantly surprised with My Hero Wants Justice 2. I've only gotten a little bit of time into it, but I'm loving the combo system. I'm loving how, you've got your characters that are kind of floaty, but you don't feel like you're floaty for too long because you can just keep the fight escalating into the air. Like, I was like,
you definitely can.
We're having like a Dragon Ball fight right now. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I was really, really a huge fan of just what it's offered so far, and I'm looking forward to playing more of it tonight on the stream for sure.
Hell yeah.
Now, with that said, since we're already talking about My Hero, let's get into it, man. My Hero Academia is an anime, probably the newest anime that we've talked about on the show, and
yeah.
it's not even that new of an anime.
We just a bunch of old farts because this is our first new gen anime that is a decade old.
Yeah.
but fuck it.
And
we briefly talked about Demon Slayer. Let's give ourselves a pat on the back. We talked about something new. You know what I'm saying?
We've discussed it.
Yeah. We gave it a couple of minutes. So yeah.
And yeah, that really does go to say we are not like haters of new anime by any stretch of means, right? I would say there's even animes that are out right now that would get the Versace Vegeta seal of approval, like Kaiju number 8, man. Mm-hmm. I fuck with Undead Unluck. I don't talk about it on the timeline or nothing because I'm an anime only, but I fuck with some Undead Unluck, bro.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't gotta. Sometimes not a lot of things are worth mentioning. Talk like I'm not gonna talk about anything because I know how that changes my algorithm.
Yeah.
And I don't want a bunch of people that I would never talk to about anything on my timeline. That's a no-go. I've learned how to curate my timeline way better, and I already know the minute I start talking about certain things, or I like, or I retweet something, there I go seeing a bunch of people that were probably babies when I was in high school.
Unintended audience.
Yeah. Those people were like babies where I was in high school or something. So it's like, no, thank you. I don't want that. So I will keep it in my little bubble. Thank you very much. But yeah, there's some new anime. Like, it's not complete dog shit. Like, I'm not one of those folks that's gonna be like, oh, it's the end of the world. Shonen Jump is dying.
Yeah. You'll never hear me say that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna admit that.
There have been times where it has dwindled in quality, but even in the eras that we came up in,
even the boomer eras, there was some dog shit.
There were times where I was only reading it if it was part of the big three.
Like, let's be clear. Like, every era, I'm talking about 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. For every classic, there was 10 pieces of dog shit.
Nobody talks about what happened from late 95 through 96 in Shonen Jump.
Some peak dog shit. And we don't talk about it because we don't need to.
You want to hear us talk about Ninku?
No.
Or fucking goddamn. Man, there's a bunch of shit.
There's a bunch of bullshit.
Sanji?
It's a bunch of trash, bro. It's a bunch of trash out there. Every era, dog shit. So I'm not on this bandwagon of, take me back to the golden days. Yeah, you're gonna be watching the same 5 to 10 anime that we all talk about was great, and then we're gonna be ignoring the rest of dog shit. No, bro. Sorry.
Exactly.
Not on that wave.
Exactly. There's no possible way. And because of that, very, very easy for us to recognize when a series just has it. Now, admittedly, the both of us have not gotten all the way. We're not current on My Hero Academia, but
Nah.
I will say the stretch that I have seen in the beginning is a flag waving like series of like, this is how we take shonen into the future.
Yeah, most definitely.
You have a series about a world of characters that have powers called quirks, and you have a society that has now led towards teaching those to be heroes, right?
Yeah.
And of course, in a world where there's going to be heroes, villains also exist. But we're not so focused on that in the beginning, as we're still in the early parts of the series where things are very contained. And I can't wait to get further into us discussing this arc, because it reminds me so much of another amazing arc that we discussed at length earlier. So tune in for our talk about Izuku Midoriya, Katsuki Bakugo, Shoto Todoroki, and many more as members of the UA Sports Festival arc in My Hero Academia this week.
The fight isn't over yet. The UA Sports Festival is about to start.
Yes! This year we're bringing you some of the hottest performances in sports festival history guaranteed.
Think of the Sports Festival as your debut. You must introduce yourself to the world and proudly say, I am here.
We're all gonna have to fight to stand out, and I'll be aiming for the top two.
Let's go kick some ass!
I hope you're watching, All Might!
Finally, this is my chance to show off what I can do.
I won't let you get away so easily!
Know that I will beat you.
We're all giving it our all. To try and win. To make our dreams into a reality. To become number one. So come at me with all you've got!
We're not done! I'll end this quick.
Brace yourselves. Hold on tight.
This isn't over yet!
There's no way you can beat me!
I refuse to let this be the end!
I've only got one question before we start this show! Are you ready?
D, this is a show that really pulls at my heartstrings, because there is a series that I fell in love with when I was coming out of my teen years, going into early adulthood, by the name of Naruto. And it establishes this world where you have a civilization of ninjas. You've got kids that are raised to be ninjas, and how they interact in the world around them, and how that world is structured around them. And while you have an introduction arc, it's really where things get kicked off to expand the wider parts of that world during its first and only tournament arc, the Chunin exams.
Yep.
I bring all that up because My Hero Academia, like we talked about before the break, is a series where we're introduced to a society of heroes, and there are children that are raised to be heroes. I would say the structure that they follow probably a little bit more well done than Naruto's, but it's only because of experience that you're able to learn from the greats, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's in the immediate tournament arc that follows the introduction, the UA Sports Festival, where we start to expand the ideas of that world and grow upon it. I bring these parallels up because tournament arcs in and of themselves, you can go back and listen to the first episode for this season. Like, they're a really great function to use in manga or in storytelling in general in order to build up the strengths of characters that we're introduced to but aren't so familiar with, while also showing how they would interact in instances that we might not regularly see them in. With all that said, Dee, what were your feelings when you first came into reading or watching the UA Sports Festival arc, the first time you came across it, and the things that it reminded you of with the Chunin exam?
So it's so funny because when this series was jumping off the porch, Naruto is just about over.
Very true.
I'm hella burnt out, but I'm like, all right, new manga, gonna give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? We're bored here. It's another big three.
Yeah.
Giant. It's taking a rest in a coffin. So let's go give the new gen a chance. You know what I'm saying? At first glance, I thought it was a calm series. You know what I'm saying? I like my prototypical Naruto / Batman and Deku. 100%. I started caring more about Deku the minute they brought up the sports festival. I started caring about the cast more completely.
Tell it.
Because on first glance, that Bakugo kid, I'm not gonna lie, wasn't feeling dude. Like, I get it. He's supposed to be the dickhead rival. We've seen this over and over again, but I wasn't feeling it. But his with Deku's interaction with Todoroki, that shit, I don't know what to pull heartstrings out of me. That takes a lot of hard work for a new gen series to have me invested in that. That's tough. But overall, I did like seeing the kids interact. I like the teamwork aspects. It did remind me quite a bit of the tuning exam, obviously. And it reminded me a lot of the Hunter exams. I'm not gonna lie. So, it didn't feel like life or death as the tuning exams, thankfully. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want any. Like, this is one of the series where I did not want nobody to die yet or get hurt. Or,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's early in.
Yeah,
I don't
want nobody hurt. I don't want nobody retiring, saying they got a lot. You know what I'm saying? That we don't need that no more. Like, you don't gotta start off the series hot like that. And the stakes, although they're not that there, but like, I can appreciate what this is building up. This is not a consequence of like, must win, must die, must do whatever. Like, no. This is a great build-up for something. This is the best usage of using a tournament to build up your series going forward. And it did so well because the next arc after this is like, that's when the series goes.
Much like Naruto, it kicks off right after this arc, right? And man, I gotta say, I really enjoyed the difference in stakes that we have here, right? Like you mentioned earlier, right? Because the sports festival, in terms of how it works versus how the tuning exams is literally a life or death test to prove that you're a great ninja. The sports festival is the equivalent of the world's Olympics.
Yeah, exactly.
Over there. At one point, even before the event starts, they mentioned that people got kind of bored with seeing regular athletes after people with quirks started to be developed in society. So they now watch the sports festival for UA, which, okay, look.
They ain't doing no basketball. They ain't playing no hoop over there.
They're not hooping.
They're not hooping. I get it. It's their story. And where the baseball at?
all I'm saying is, why didn't they just have a superpower people Olympics? Like, instead of the whole world watches this school's tournament every year.
You rely on kids, which is crazy. I can't say that necessarily because we do that with college basketball.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. But for this, you're that bored of just regular sports. Baseball goes bananas in Japan, and I'm assuming this is Japan not being called Japan in this series. You mean to tell me they tired of sports? They like, man, Batman on the screen. or whatever heroes on the screen.
Yeah.
I see All Might. I don't want to see nobody throwing no baseball.
Ain't no way. I'm sorry. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You telling me you're not watching the NBA Finals with goddamn Bakugo dunking on somebody while he makes the explode? You tell me I'm watching that?
Yeah, like stop it. Like I get it. You was that like you see something so grand, like you can't go back to nothing special, but they ain't doing the sports that are normally the special things in
That's
the
what I'm
world.
saying.
Man, have Bakugo dunk. Like he can't. He ain't got no 3-pointer like Larry
That's
Bird.
all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man.
He can't trash talk like Larry Bird. Get him up out of here.
Deku, I don't give a fuck if he uses all 50 state smash. He's not beating Kobe.
Kobe gonna make him cry out there. You know what I'm saying?
He does not have Mamba mentality like that.
You
man.
don't have it. And that's okay. Let that little baby cry and be thankful of where he at. You know what I'm saying? That work with him. But don't say that this is a replacement for like mod. Like that's a crazy. Like you just tap in. You just want to watch kids. Just do the. No, bro. No. Like the world tournament in Dragon Ball. Yeah, that was
way
cool.
more exciting.
Yeah, it was cool. And yeah, you had Goku as a child and Krillin turning up, but
niggas still played baseball.
But they were still playing baseball.
Yamcha still played on a baseball team.
He still playing baseball. And prior to that, there was grown men doing damage in that tournament before the likes of Son Goku and Krillin was there. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I ain't buy that. But it's your show. It's your series. Get prop it up, man.
That literally, all I'm saying is they could, and maybe that line is not in. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I liked this. I liked this enough to where I don't care if the dub lied. Who cares?
Yeah,
who cares? Who cares? On this one, who cares?
Yeah.
So I didn't watch it subbed and dubbed. I just watched it dubbed. So maybe that line was only in the dub. I'll give him that. Maybe Funimation was lying to me one more time, and I fell for the propaganda one more time. But when they said that line, I was just like,
okay.
But no Olympics, though.
You full of shit.
Yeah, I was like, no Olympics.
You full of shit. So you mean to tell me you just want to see kids, not kids from different countries?
Yeah, all just from this region.
From UA? For this one, this school gotta be special, bro. I don't know what they got. They sponsorships gotta be crazy.
I was like, at least they could have the kids from like all over the world. I don't know. Whatever.
No, they gotta just
whatever.
in school.
Nah, just this one school.
In one district. Like, okay. No. Satellite, I ain't buying satellite TV or a streaming service just to watch some kids. Just these kids, they special. Don't get it twisted. But nah, where that baseball at? Where that basketball? Stop playing.
Exactly, man. I'm just saying. We could have thought about that one a little bit further.
Make them take them kind of sports in their extracurricular classes. You know what I'm saying?
And clearly, and see, that's the thing, right?
They in school, nigga. I learned how to play sports in school. What do you mean they can't do baseball?
And these kids are like they're doing sports in this festival, but they're nothing like the sports that you know what I mean. Like it's just
some variant of track and field and I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. I get it, teamwork, but no.
So let's get into the tournament itself, right? Because like you said earlier, with the stakes being so much lower, even the reasoning for this tournament isn't as important as this is to see who's going to become like the next Chun-Li or what have you, right? It's more of you all have a chance to show off in front of the world and in front of pro heroes who will be watching. You might want to hire them as well, right? So of course all of the students want to go on to become top ranked heroes themselves, right? And what I really like that this introduces is because we have more than just this school only teaching heroes in the sense of like, oh, you will become someone who like saves lives. We have like a business class, we have a studies class, you know, like we have different functions for each of these groups of students within the school. So their powers are used in ways to reflect that type of, you know, tutelage that they're getting. And what I found to be really interesting in this is that you have class 1A that is more than just, you know, Team 7 from Naruto. You know, it's more than just like the main character and 2 other people, right? It's all of the students that Deku's going to school with. But by this point in the series, they've all had to like face off against, you know, like a minor villain at that point, but it still put them all in a real situation. So you see these other classes all kind of like focused on them. Like they're like, oh no, they've seen like real battle. Like they're pretty serious. We should keep them in mind. We should also gun for them. And that reminds me of the same sort of, you know, sequence in the Chunin exams where, you know, Naruto's talking out loud and Sasuke's like, I'm gonna beat all these nothings. And then everybody's got their eyes on like the Konoha students, right? Very, very similar to that. But what I love about it is that in My Hero, the characters are allowed to be more than just, I want to be the best, right? You got Deku, who's dealing with him having to hide the fact that he was born quirkless, the fact that he was, you know, given All Might's one for all quirk.
This raw as hell to me. I don't care what nobody says.
And yo, that being passed down to him, so damn awesome. The fact that it's a power that Izuku has to grow adept to, because it's just so much more than his body can take. I found that limitation placed on him to be really, really interesting. You've got Bakugo, who's got the power to use his sweat to create explosions. You've got the half hot, half cold hero, Todoroki, who in this arc, we find out his backstory. And I mean, it just really sets the tone for these characters to all shine in their own, while also not having it be such a rivalry to where they're like, oh, like I seriously want to kill Deku or some shit like that, right? Like they just want to be the best.
Yeah.
We can honestly get into Shoto Todoroki's backstory here in this, because that was a favorite of mine, even outside of just
he rules. He rules.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He really, really does. In Naruto, you had your ace characters in Sasuke Uchiha, Rock Lee, Neji Hyuga, right? That were all clearly leagues above Naruto in terms of their ability, right? And it was easy to have that sort of rivalry with them. In this, you've got the ace characters of Shoto Todoroki and Katsuki Bakugo, right? And I really enjoy that these are not characters that are like the same sort of like brooding or like super serious, right?
No.
Like, even though they have a little bit of those traits, starting with Shoto Todoroki in and of himself, right? It's easy to at first glance see him as sort of like the Neji of the show, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's it.
With even his familiar background and everything like that. But unlike Neji, who is trying to, you know, go about a might makes right sort of way, Shoto has a calmness, a very sort of like tactfulness about him.
Yeah, he's not racist. Clearly.
Yeah, he's not racist.
He's not racist.
Clearly, very much not racist. But also is someone who's like very observant, only because of the background that he's had.
Yeah. His dad's so fucked up that
I was gonna say go ahead and go into that a little bit more if you don't mind.
His dad is so fucked up. His dad is like a fanfic Vegeta. It's like Vegeta wanting Trunks to be that much of the great. And to be honest,
Endeavor is who Funimation fans believe Vegeta is.
Yeah, OD. This is like him having the prototypical baby to take over the Saiyan race completely. This guy's so fucked up. You feel bad for Todoroki. Like you feel, I pity Endeavor because he looks like a loser in this whole thing. But it's hard because all of this falls on his damn son. Todoroki's just. It's pitiful to see what he has to deal with. Pitiful. Worst person. Like, it's for your father to be number 2, right?
Number 2 hero.
Number 2 hero. And this guy, he's not your number. If you could have said he was a villain on the low at first glance,
Oh, for sure.
I wouldn't have said nothing.
If you had told me he was going to eventually turn evil, I would have believed that.
I would believe you 100% because he ain't got not one good demon quality about him right now at all.
I mean, even just the way that Todoroki was even brought into the world, right? We're taught that, after a while, people with quirks sort of started their own version of arranged marriages. And in order to raise heroes as their next generation that would be more powerful, they would arrange marriage with other people that had interesting or very powerful quirks. So Endeavor being a fire-based quirk haver, right? I almost said quirk user. Quirk haver, right? He sought out a woman that had a very powerful ice power.
Eugenics in my anime. GG's.
Oh, for sure.
For a series as tame as this, like this, people call this the baby show. Like this is a baby show. But for eugenics to be a massive, decisive factor for a main supporting cast character,
and like right out of the gate in the show, you know what I mean? Like they really go out of their way to make sure like, hey, Endeavor's not a good person.
Yeah, he's not a fuck all that hero shit.
Status in order to find a powerful wife, forced her into a marriage where she was not happy in, was abusive to her.
Yeah, this guy's no good. That's no good.
And so much to the point to where when they had their son Shoto Todoroki, his mother hated seeing that half of his side was fire, reminding her of his father. And one day she straight up just poured scalding water
on that shit.
Yeah,
that shit is rough. They took
just
that
because she reminded him
to the next level. This is Naruto sad story.
Oh yeah. This was the equivalent of, yo, my dad died for that girl's dad, and I got a curse seal put on. I please want y'all to understand, if I'm talking about Naruto a lot and talking about Naruto references, I'm not saying that they stole from Naruto.
Nah, hell no.
I'm not saying that it's a copy of Naruto. I'm saying that there are very good tropes of characters. I mean, hell, if Bakugo is Neji is from Hunter x Hunter. You know what I mean? There are threads of these character tropes that all sort of have spread throughout the shonen genre, and there's not a problem with that when these characters are done well. Shoto Todoroki is a character that is done very, very well.
Damn well.
I have no complaints about how this character is introduced here. He even says, like, to Deku, because he's like, hey, I've noticed that your quirk is similar to All Might's. Are you like his love child or something? And Deku's like, no, well, that's not it. And he's like, okay, well, then it must be something. You know?
He's very observant, quietly observant. I like that kind of character.
Exactly. exactly. And not even in a dickish way. He's like,
Yeah,
yo,
he's just trying to find. He clearly sees it.
nothing against you. It's just that I see that you're connected to the number one hero. My dad is the number two
Me
hero.
too. Like, yeah, like we're linked no matter. Like, we're just tied into this. You got no escape, and I like that. It brings some formality and like closeness.
Even so much to the point to where he recognizes that his dad is trying to use him vicariously to surpass All Might. And he's like, really, I'm not on the shit that my dad wants of me, that he expects of me, but I do want to be the best for my own reasons. I never want to even have to rely on this firepower that I have.
This is so raw. He's so adamant on that motherfucker too.
That is the coldest shit to me. For lack of a better term.
Bro said, I ain't
the fact
not
that he's
using
only
my-
using my ice powers. I know I have this other firepower that's explosive and amazing and incredible.
Bro said, I am not using my demon power.
I don't need it.
I'm not using my power up. That's the rawest shit ever. That's like playing a game and you're like, you know what, bro? I'm not transforming. I don't give a shit. I'm doing the difficulty run on this bitch. That's raw as hell.
It's insane just the way that they go about building that up for his character, because throughout the sports festival, it starts off, rather than this being just a basic tournament, we have the students all are in a huge race. It's an obstacle race, and they have to take off and run in various, different, obstacles that come through out their path, like giant robots that may come across them, a field filled with mines, things like that. And obviously the kid with the ice powers makes, like an ice bridge for him to just literally skate past everyone. Shoto Todoroki really shows out with how interesting his powers are in just that moment, right? Because he's not using it in a way to really attack any of the other students, but more like he's like, hey, I know this is gonna be slippery for them. I know this is gonna be difficult. They'll deal though. I'm not really doing it just to get my advantage over them, just that I know I can use this to speed myself up, right? And after a while, we see Katsuki Bakugo able to catch up with him as well, and it becomes this sort of neck and neck of the two ace characters that we've been introduced to thus far, before we see then Deku be very, very creative and slam a panel of metal off of one of the giant robots that was facing against them, against a pile of mines that he dug out of the ground and smashed himself against, and launches himself forward in order to win the obstacle race.
Shit, I don't give a fuck. This was cool as hell.
I thought it did really good of making those three characters all look really good. Right? Because it didn't look like, oh, he just absolutely beat them. He was clever and he used his power in a clever way, right? And All Might, before this tournament has even started, he says, I want you to show yourself to the world. Say, I am here. Show yourself as proud as a new hero. And Deku, in his first race win, just balls out crying.
Yeah, for real. And I know a lot of people complain about that, but
no, I thought it fit his character.
Okay. Some of my favorite characters are crybabies, man. Okay.
But it's not even that he's a crybaby. I just thought it was interesting because it's you're wanting to show off to the world as a hero, but he's honestly showing that he's just yo man, this means something to me.
Yeah, he just reminds me of me. You know what I'm saying? He really I like that down to earth kind of character. People I know people are very hard on that. Oh, he's a crybaby. You can't take him serious as a main. Bro, I love Deku for the same reasons I love Krillin, bro. I like that kind of shit, 100%. Deku is good in my books. He gets the D seal of approval, and that's really hard to get. You know what I mean?
it's really dope how that turns out, man, because it just shows that like you don't, it's not like Naruto where it's like, oh, you have to work the hardest to be the best sort of thing, which I mean, by the end of that doesn't really mean much. But in this instance, it's more of like, how can you think on your feet, right? And that's really what it's showing that Midoriya is learning how to do, how to think quickly, how to beat those anxieties that he has in his head. Because as he's going through this, like you can see he's just really like trying to be observational in each moment that he's in, right? Even outside of the battles that he's in, right? When you see him watching along during the one-on-one battles later on, he's taking notes. You know,
yeah, that's so fucking raw. You never, like, you see people watching, but like this bro is making strategies, taking notes. Like this is my shit. This is genuinely my shit. My hero is like marking off all the boxes of like what a character how to make a character stand out to me.
I really love how this arc progresses too, because it leads right into the cavalry battle that's right after that. Mm-hmm. And this makes it to where there's a point system that all of the students in the order of where they placed in the race all have a certain amount of points, with Midoriya having 10 million at the highest and the student at the lowest having 1, right? So this leads to them having the cavalry battle next, which is, rather than it being like a fight, it's groups of students have to group together and sort of like hold each other together, with like a group of like 3 of them down at the bottom and 1 person up at top. And they're wearing headbands with their points that are marked on them. And other students can take away those headbands in order to gain a total amount of points for their team. And the team that has the highest amount of points at the end of this cavalry battle will be the winner. Now, this is a really, really interesting part to me, because it showcases like how a lot of the other students think on their feet as well. It shows that things aren't always have to turn out perfectly for Midoriya, because it learns that just because you're earnest in how you go about things doesn't mean anything in a team battle, as he loses his headband pretty quick into it. It's like everybody was going to be gunning for him, right?
Gullible ass, but we love it though. We love it.
You see a few mixes up of a few different teams. It leads to Midoriya doing his best to only try to get 1 headband at the end, him thinking that they haven't placed. But my favorite character in the series, oh boy, with the shadow, I can't remember his name right now. I'm really bad with the names of anime characters.
The Hawk guy?
Yes, the dude with the shadow hawk. Oh my god, Tokuyami, man.
He raw.
Tokuyami.
He raw, bro. He raw. In the game and in the show.
Yes.
He raw.
My favorite character so far, man. For sure. Really love Tokuyami, and he winds up having nabbed a 540 point headband, which allows them to come in 4th place. In the teams that were in the top 4 all move on to the one-on-one battles, where those 16 students would go on into a tournament to face off to decide who the winner of the UA Sports Festival would be. Now, much like the Chunin exams, these battles showcase individual strengths and weaknesses of the characters in ways that I thought was really interesting. Though I will say I felt like they relied on ring outs a little too heavy.
They was definitely on their 21st Tenkaichi Budokai pack with that one.
Oh, for sure. Especially with it just being a line that if you accidentally stepped over, you know?
Yeah. I get it. Save the shit. Save the real fights for the end. Everybody else is getting that tactical kick out, but it is what it is.
And honestly, I really did enjoy even some of those shorter battles throughout this, right? Like Tetsu in his fight, that was really cool to me, because even though him and his opponent had like the same sort of quirks, where it was like one gets like the strength of like hardening on his skin, and the other one literally like gets metal, right? I thought that the characters recognizing how similar they were and sort of bonding over it in competition was really neat.
Yeah.
What were some fights that stood out to you in this one?
Bakugo versus Uraraka, I like that fight. I don't know why. It was one-sided, but it felt important, and shit. It gave me more motivations to make me understand both characters. So I fucked with it 100%. I fucked with that fight. I think people sleep on it. I think it's a very important fight.
I'm so serious, man. It really showed that Uraraka was like really good at holding her own.
Yes.
Deku going in and saying like, hey, I have a strategy for you that you could use.
Yeah.
And her deciding like, no, actually, like I don't need it.
Yeah, I'm good off that.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting in how that played out.
And I like the way how she exposed Bakugo's weakness. Like, as much as how powerful that quirk is, that shit is also his biggest friggin' weakness. 100%.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, he doesn't even notice like the huge field of debris hanging under his hands, like, and shit. Like that fight is so cool
because he was just going all out.
Yeah, he's going all out. That's all him, and that's gonna screw you up big time, buddy. Don't know when, but it's gonna screw you up big time.
I thought seeing that dude Yuga Aoyama lose to Mina was really funny. I don't know. I just thought it was really suggestive. A lot of this is too young of a cast. Is all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah, this mother kind of perverted.
Kind of pushes it a little bit.
Like you OD with the fan service, especially for a young cast. But I digress.
Mei Hatsume tricking Tenya with the suit, I thought was neat too.
Yeah,
I like that.
That was fire.
As the tournament progresses, since we only have like the first round leading into the quarterfinals, right?
Yes.
You then have Todoroki versus Midoriya. And
Goated.
Look, man.
Goated.
Let me say,
I appreciated this fight.
I appreciated this fight as well.
I appreciated this
Not
fight.
only that, but I think my man's read the tuning exams and was like, okay, like I get that he's the main character, but like, let's be real. And he said, no, I'm gonna be real. And my Neji would not have lost to my Naruto.
He was like, nah, buddy. The optics, we not doing no underground. Punch me. Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Not this time.
Yeah. I thought it really did show that, Midoriya was willing to give it his all, literally, down to the last finger.
Literally about to, like, that's what I like about the fights. They be really, but these kids is crash dummies, 100%.
Oh, for sure.
That boy Deku, he be trying to kill himself.
For sure, man.
He a certified crash dummy.
This boy is always willing to do the utmost at all times. It's really cool just seeing him go all out in this fight, though. I won't lie. Like,
hell yeah.
It's a psychological confrontation too, right? Because like Midoriya trying to
He's trying to talk no juice to him.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he's
trying to
also
say, like,
trying to
dude,
win, my nigga.
like, he's like, bro, like, I'm not trying to lose, but at the same time, like,
Yo,
that power is yours, bro.
You're disrespecting me and yourself, not using your own power. Fuck the label. Fuck how it happened. That is all you. It's your narrative. It's up to you to name how this power is. Is it pure evil? Is it a right of justice? That's all on you. 100%. So fuck with it.
Me too. I thought the character growth in it was way more important than how it turned out. And it turned out in the way that was most logical anyway, for real.
Absolutely. When that boy Todoroki turned up the jazz.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. And then you got that bum ass nigga Endeavor on the side, just hyped up like a filthy, he a filthy man for that. Oh, I know, like, I've been after my binge, like he tries to redeem himself. I'm still judging you based off of what you did. That's some shit. It's
unredeemable.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, some
irredeemable.
So him in the side, like, yeah, so like, shut up, nigga. This ain't for you, nigga.
And I like told him straight up. He's like, bro, I wasn't even thinking about you.
Yeah.
That's why I was able to use it. I was not thinking about you.
Yeah.
Like he told him straight up, man.
That was raw. This arc was raw.
Oh yeah, it was. It all comes down to the most obvious conclusion, though, as Todoroki and Bakugo wind up challenging each other in the finals. Which, in my version of the Chunin exams, yes, it would have ended with Sasuke versus Neji. What?
Yeah,
we would have saved that war stuff for after. Come on, we got a fucking tournament to get through, bro.
We got a tournament to go through. Hello,
and
I get it, but
I like how this works in the build up to the next arc, right? You know, you got Tenya's brother, who is a hero, already gets taken out by Stain, the hero killer. And like that's happening during the end of this tournament. So then Tenya, you know, he finds out, right? Like after his battle, and then like
on time, man.
It's good to raise the stakes without it like this was the introduction of King Piccolo without King Piccolo being at the tournament.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? This is your lead into Orochimaru without Orochimaru popping off on the third at the tournament.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes you can build up stakes for the rest of your world beyond just the events that are taking place at the actual event. And that is something that I really love that Horikoshi decided to do because it allows you to wrap up with Bakugo winning. And that was really the way Bakugo beats
one. I was like,
with them both passed out.
Yeah. I was like,
Todoroki barely over the edge. I was like, I don't like it, but at least it makes sense.
It makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And the way how their world works, it makes sense. 100%.
And they even, you know, make the statement of like, you know, he was real close to it being him that lost, you know? So
calling that nigga icy hot. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious too.
I've been thinking, hey yo, I've been calling that nigga icy hot ever since. That is hilarious.
It was pretty funny to hear him actually say it. I won't lie, man. All in all, you know, while it does kick off to the hero killer arc thereafter, and it does pop off in a huge way. I do believe that this is a really great example of how you can pay homage to previous arcs that are similar in structure while doing your own thing, looking at the examples of previous arcs and saying, actually, that doesn't work for the story I'm telling.
That exactly. I don't have to copy exactly word for word and stage for stage what you did. And I'm glad, because I did not want to see a tournament arc interrupted again for the another decade. Like,
Our
no.
Neji gets a little bit of self-therapy.
Yes.
Our Sasuke, we find out is not really so much of a Sasuke
Ain't
after
much
all.
of a Sasuke at all.
And our Naruto winds up growing as a person while still accepting that he's not fully the best.
Exactly. Which is no problem.
It's just never a fucking problem.
It's no problem. You don't gotta rush your MC. We all know that the main team ends up being the best at when it all said and done. That don't mean you gotta rush it right away.
And one last point I feel like goes hugely understated. Our Sakura, not useless.
She's not useless. Let's go.
Not useless.
She got goals.
Didn't have to fight against another girl to prove it.
She got goals. She's not cutting her hair. She's not doing any of that. All she does is vomit. But it is what it is. We'll let that rock.
That's okay. That's okay. People get nervous. That's all right. And she's got a really healthy relationship with her parents.
Yes. So what? She got a nice little cut. It's cute. This series cute as hell. This is for the kids and for the adults.
I found this to be so endearing. It made me literally, like I told y'all before we got into this, it made me go and get the game. It made me want to keep watching and reading. It made me go like, oh, you know what? Let me go download the rest of this. You know what I mean? Like
I'm a My Hero head, man. Like
Yeah.
Boku no Hero.
Yeah, definitely my hero, man. I seen him with the little buzz cut. I can't wait to see, you know what I'm saying, how he gets there. I seen him rocking the little buzz cut. I seen him. He out here.
Yeah, he out there.
My guy wrapping up his little arc, man. I can't wait to see him become the greatest hero of all time.
Yeah.
Big day.
Yeah, come on, man. Start from the bottom, now we here. What you mean?
Big Deku in the building, man. I can't wait to see it, man. But until next time, we really want to thank y'all for joining us as we went into My Hero Academia's UA Sports Festival arc. We will be taking a 1 week break.
Yes.
Before we get into our next episode, I've got some family business to take care of back in Texas this coming weekend. And Dee's got some family business to take care of as well.
Yeah, we both not going to be in our places
While
of living. So.
we could easily tackle the next topic off the back of our fucking hand.
Yeah,
Like,
we could have gave you that right now.
we could have done that now. But we feel it's best that we put all of our energy into and actually go back and rewatch Yu Yu Hakusho's Dark Tournament,
aka the greatest anime arc of all time, according to many.
According to many, it is the greatest tournament arc of all time.
It is the granddaddy of the tournament arc.
According to many, it is the first tournament arc. According to many,
the most important.
created the trope.
Created the trope. Did it better than anybody. Screw all the episodes that we did. This was the only tournament arc we should have got. That boy Yusuke, he's the chosen one. He ain't fuck a Sasuke, fuck anybody else. He is the chosen one. We got a lot to say, but you're gonna have to wait.
At certain points in my life, I would have agreed, but not today. So I cannot wait to get into Yu Yu Hakusho's Dark Tournament on our next episode. It'll be our penultimate episode of season 4. So make sure y'all tune in, as it will be the last tournament we cover this season.
Womp, womp, womp. But it is what it is. Y'all knew what time it was. All good things was coming.
That's how it goes, man. But hey, until next time, y'all be easy. Take care of yourself. Take care of your people. Take care of your pets.
Yeah.
Eat hella good food. Drink good water. Get plenty of rest.
Get rest. Play well, sleep well, rest well. That's it. It's Turtle School's teaching.
And hey, be careful out there.
Yeah. Let's be real careful out there.
Y'all be easy. Subs lie. Dubs lie. We don't. And never will. Take care.
I like your voice.
In a cool, cop, man. temp.